Folks, collecting data from AliExpress sounds simple until your script gets blocked almost immediately. You want prices, ratings, reviews, or discounts, but the site can quickly hit you with a captcha or flag your IP. So today, instead of relying on a basic script, we'll build a more realistic setup for collecting product data. I am Daniel, and in this video, I'll show you how to combine gologin, cursor, and Python to create a practical AliExpress scraping workflow. First, we'll connect cursor to gologin through the MCP server and launch a browser profile with a realistic fingerprint. Then we'll use AI to generate the scraping script and collect live product data from AliExpress. By the end of the video, you'll see the complete process, from browser setup to a finished CSV file containing product information. Guys, make sure you check out all the useful links in the description after watching this video. Gologin gives you 2 GB of free proxies and a 40% discount, so you can test a more serious scraping setup yourself. Let's jump right in. Alright mates, before we build anything, let's quickly understand the problem. AliExpress is not just a normal product page, where you send one request and get clean data back. It is a large marketplace, and platforms like this are very good at detecting automated behavior. A simple script often looks too direct. It may load pages too quickly, skip normal browser behavior, or expose a technical setup that does not match a real user. So even if your code is correct, the session itself can still look suspicious. That is where browser fingerprinting becomes important. A fingerprint is the combination of signals that a website can read from your browser. It can include the device setup, screen information, and browser behavior. Together, these signals help the site understand whether it is dealing with a person or automation. Friends, changing only the IP address is not always enough. If the rest of the browser identity looks wrong, the marketplace can still detect the mismatch. This is why scraping AliExpress products often needs more than a proxy. Gologin helps by creating isolated browser profiles. You can think of each profile as a separate digital identity with its own browser fingerprint and network setup. For this workflow, that matters because we want the marketplace to see a normal-looking browsing session, not a cold script with no real environment around it. So gologin is not replacing Python, and it is not writing the script for us. Its role is different. It creates the protected browser layer, while cursor and Python handle the automation and data collection. For me, that is the practical reason to use an anti-detect browser here. When the environment looks more realistic, the rest of the workflow has a better chance to run smoothly. Now guys, let's look at the gologin profiles. In the dashboard, we can see the list of saved identities. For this test, I already prepared one called Daniel USA, so let's open it and check what is inside. The first thing we see is the proxy. This setup uses a United States server, so all traffic goes through a US IP address. From AliExpress's perspective, the visitor appears to be browsing from the United States. Next, the time zone is aligned with that location. That matters because the network signal and system settings should not contradict each other. The geolocation is also set to Denver, United States. So if the website checks location-related data, the answer still matches the rest of the setup. Now folks, let's open the browser settings. Here we can see the user agent, which tells a website what device and operating system are being used. In this case, it looks like Chrome on macOS X, which is a normal and believable combination. Gologin also controls fonts, and that detail matters more than it may seem. A strange font setup can become part of a suspicious fingerprint, so masking it helps make the session look more natural. Another important setting is WebRTC. This technology can sometimes expose the real IP address, even when a proxy or VPN is active. Gologin controls that signal too, so the network information stays consistent. So mates, this setup is not just an IP change. It creates a full digital identity where location, fingerprint, and session signals work together. That is exactly what we need before launching an AliExpress data collection workflow. Before moving to cursor, I quickly open ifi.com inside the gologin browser to check the fingerprint. The result lights up green, which means the profile looks clean and consistent before we start automation. For scraping, this matters because a weak fingerprint can cause problems before the script even reaches the data. The session should look like a real person using a real device, not like a cold automated request. Now we move to the API and MCP section. Here we can get the API token that lets external tools connect to gologin. Friends, this is where the process becomes more interesting. The platform now supports an MCP server, which stands for Model Context Protocol. In simple terms, it acts as a bridge between an AI assistant and an external tool. Because of this connection, Cursor can communicate with gologin more directly. It can list saved identities, read their IDs, and help prepare the connection without us manually digging through every setting. So instead of constantly switching between tools, we can ask the AI assistant to work with the gologin environment from inside Cursor. Guys, before we move on, I try to make my content fun instead of boring. And in return, please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content I make. Time to move to the next stage. I already have the MCP server connected, and it gives Cursor access to more than 50 gologin-related tools. First, I test the connection by asking it to show the available profiles. And here we can see them directly inside Cursor. More importantly, we can see their IDs. That matters because the code needs to know which exact environment it should connect to. Next, I ask the agent to prepare the one we need for the AliExpress task. It checks the available information and gives us the connection details. Folks, in this case, Cursor explains that it cannot fully start the local window by itself, but it still does the useful part. It provides the IPN port we can use to connect through Playwright. That means the AI assistant has done enough to continue. It shows us how to use a WebSocket URL, so Python can control the prepared gologin environment instead of opening a raw automation window. So the automation does not start from an empty technical session. It connects to the same setup we already checked with the US location and controlled WebRTC behavior. Friends, now we can move from setup to automation. Since the gologin session is already prepared, I ask Cursor to create code for collecting real AliExpress product data. I describe the task clearly: search for wireless earbuds, collect the needed product details, and export everything into a CSV file. So Cursor is not just writing a random script, it builds the logic around the gologin connection we prepared earlier. In the chat, we can see what happens step by step. First, the script connects to the same environment with the American fingerprint. Then it opens AliExpress, closes the pop-ups, and searches for wireless earbuds. After that, guys, it extracts data from the first 10 products. We get product prices, discounts, ratings, and order numbers. For review counts, the script goes one level deeper and opens each product page separately, because that number is not available directly in the search results. Finally, Cursor saves everything into a CSV file and shows a sample output directly in the chat. We can already see real product examples with the actual data, so it is real marketplace information collected from the live site. After the task is complete, we can inspect the code Cursor generated and executed behind the scenes. The main function connects to gologin through CDP or Chrome DevTools protocol. This is the connection layer that lets Python control the prepared session from the outside, instead of opening a raw automation window. Mates, then we can see the human delay function. It adds short pauses between actions, usually around 2 or 3 seconds. This is a small detail, but it makes the automation less aggressive and closer to normal browsing behavior. Next, there is a function for closing pop-ups. On AliExpress, this matters a lot, because banners and modal windows can easily block the next action. Without this small step, the run could stop before reaching the actual product results. The smarter part is how the data is extracted. Instead of relying only on visible HTML blocks, Cursor uses the JavaScript data that AliExpress builds into the page. That approach is more stable, because the visual layout can change, while the underlying product data may still stay structured. So folks, the code is not just clicking around randomly, it connects to the prepared gologin session and starts working inside the browser profile we configured earlier. From there, it handles pop-ups and other interruptions that could block the workflow. Once the page is ready, it searches for wireless earbuds and begins collecting product information from the results. The script then opens individual pages to gather additional details, including review counts. After all the data is collected, It organizes the results and saves everything into a CSV file for further analysis. Now let's open that final file. Here we can see the AliExpress product data in a standard CSV format. There are 10 products, and each row contains the information collected during the run. My friends, this format is useful because it is easy to reuse. You can open it in Excel, move it into Google Sheets, or pass it into another analysis tool. For dropshipping research, this can help compare offers. For market analysis, it gives a quick view of prices and demand signals. The important part is that this was not built from one tool only. GoLogin prepared the protected environment, Cursor generated and ran the Python code. The MCP connection helped bring those pieces together inside one workflow. And in this test, AliExpress saw a consistent US-based setup, not a random local script. That is why the environment matters so much. The code collected the data, but the prepared identity gave the process a stronger foundation. Of course, guys, this should be used responsibly. Stick to public information, respect platform rules, and do not collect private data. The goal here is to show a practical workflow for public product research. So in the end, we have a working AliExpress pipeline with GoLogin, Cursor, and Python. It collects real product information and saves it in a reusable file. Earlier, building this manually could take a lot of setup and debugging. Here, the tools work together and turn one clear prompt into a working automation flow. So, folks, AliExpress scraping is not only about writing a Python script. If the digital identity looks suspicious, the code can fail before it collects anything useful. In this test, GoLogin gave us a realistic setup with a US proxy, matching location signals, and controlled fingerprint details. Cursor took care of connecting to that environment, generating the code, running the workflow, and saving the final result into a CSV file. The result is a practical pipeline for public marketplace research. You can use this kind of setup to compare prices, study product demand, or analyze offers without building everything manually from scratch. GoLogin gives the automation a more stable browsing environment before the script even starts working. Instead of relying only on a proxy, you get a full browser identity that looks more consistent to the website. Mates, if you want to try GoLogin yourself, check the link in the description. You'll get 2 GB of free proxies and a 40% discount, so you can test a stronger automation setup. As usual, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, until next time.